want to go over the concept of scripted advisors. And as you can see here, I started the game November 11th, 1444. And one of the first things you'll do as any country, if you can afford it, is hire advisors. And usually you'll want to hire level 1 advisors because in the beginning of the game your economy isn't super robust, so you don't want to pay a premium for level 2 or level 3 advisors. And the way the cost usually works is the level 2 advisors will cost 4 times as much as the level 1 advisor. So you can see here that Vital would cost 0.8 ducats per month, whereas Alfredo here would cost 3.2 ducats per month. And so you're paying 4 times as much for only 1 additional monarch point per month. And that usually wouldn't be cost effective until the late game when you have more money than you know what to do with. But sometimes you get a scripted advisor. And so we can see here, George Trapezuntius, you typically will see this advisor 9 times out of 10 starting as Venice, which is why it's scripted. I don't know why sometimes this advisor is not available for hire, but you'll see here that he costs only twice as much instead of 4 times as much to get that extra monarch point. And another thing you'll notice about him is the cost to actually hire him is just a nominal sum. It's not even 5 ducats. And typically the cost to hire an advisor is a function of their skill level and how old they are. So the higher their skill level, the more they cost to hire. And the older they are, the cheaper they are to hire. So this between these two level 1 advisors, you see the 39-year-old advisor is a little bit cheaper than the 31-year-old advisor. And if we go back here to our example of Alfredo, he costs 48 ducats to hire, even though he's relatively young because of that level 2 skill level. But you'll always want to keep an eye out for these scripted advisors because they're pretty inexpensive to hire relative to the points you get. And if you can afford them, you should definitely hire them. So for example, Venice starts the game making about 12.5 ducats of surplus per month, which is pretty good for just starting the game. And a lot of countries get these scripted advisors. For example, Aragon gets a level 2 scripted advisor for stability cost modifier, which is really useful if you're going to declare a no CV war against, say, Byzantium, and you're going to lose stability for that. It makes it a lot cheaper to purchase back the stability. And as for Venice, I wouldn't say a prestige bonus is the best thing in the world, but it's definitely useful. You can use the extra admin points, especially as Venice. You can pretty easily conquer some Byzantine territory in here, or maybe expand into Egypt pretty easily. Or if you're expanding into northern Italy, there's a lot of development around here. That's going to cost you a lot of admin points. So having that extra admin point per month will definitely help. And prestige has its own bonuses. You can see here. For trade power, army morale, aggressive expansion, things like that. So I wouldn't say this is a bad thing either. For the cost, I would definitely recommend you purchase George here. And that concludes this video on scripted advisors.